Welcome back to World of Immersion. Today I am going to be giving my official 5-year prediction plan for Universal Studios Hollywood. Meaning I am going to say what I think will happen within the next 5 years at the park. I think that Universal Studios Hollywood has a very exciting future ahead, so let's get right into all of the special things that are going to be coming to the parks in the next few years. But do remember, this is all speculation. None of this is actually confirmed. It is just what I think could be happening in the future. But before we start today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss when we have brand new content on our channel from all of your favorite theme parks across the country. Also, be sure to check out all of our brand new merch up on the channel. The link is in the description below. With that being said though, let's get right into the video. Alright, but before we look at the next 5 years, let's look at the previous 5 years of expansions at Universal Studios Hollywood so we can get a better prediction for what is going to happen in the next 5 years. Starting off back in 2019, we had the Jurassic World retheme of the Jurassic Park ride. That's what opened in that year. It was a really great expansion for that ride. It was a much better ride in my opinion overall now. But then in 2020, we didn't have anything. It was supposed to be Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash. However, due to the pandemic, it pushed it back a year. So in 2020, we did not have any expansion to the park. Then in 2021, we had Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash opened, also another fantastic dark ride. Really, this set the tone for the new expansions coming to Universal, in my opinion. And then in 2022, there were some minor improvements. There weren't really any major expansions. We had the brand new Nope set on the studio tour. That was probably the biggest expansion that we got in 2022, but other than that, there wasn't much else. And then this year in 2023, we had Super Nintendo World open, possibly one of the biggest expansions to come to Universal Studios Hollywood in a long time. But yeah, that's everything that has come to the park in the last 5 years, and as you can see, they really do this thing where they alternate between one major ride expansion and then not doing anything except for minor improvements the year after. In 2019, we had a ride, 2020, nothing. 2021, we had a ride, 2022, minor updates. 2023, we had a whole land. So now, starting off, we're going to talk about 2024, and in 2024, similarly to 2022, I don't think there's going to be any major expansion. I think there'll be some minor improvements, but definitely no major ride. However, I think the main thing that is going to happen is there's going to be an announced closure of the Simpsons Land as well as the ride in the land. There are tons of rumors circulating right now that the Simpsons Land is going to close soon because of now Universal no longer listing it on the website as one of the themed lands and the ride being nowhere to be found under the themed lands as well. So that's one of the major reasons why people think that this land is going to close, and I agree. I think that in 2024, so next year, it will be announced that it is closing. Another thing that could possibly happen in 2024 is we could get some sort of minor replacement for the old Walking Dead attraction, possibly like a meet and greet for like Secret Life of Pets or some other Illuminations characters in that spot. But other than that, I don't think we're going to get many major expansions in 2024. However, in 2025, I believe that the brand new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster will open in the place of the special effects show and animal actors show. This, while it's not confirmed, is very, very heavily rumored, and I think it is extremely likely that it will happen. There's already markers up along the hillside where this roller coaster would go. But if you want to have more details on this roller coaster and everything we know about it already, be sure to check out our video on the channel where we go over everything that we already know about this roller coaster. Now, I feel like it's very likely that this is going to be a 2025 expansion. It's possible that it could be a 2024 expansion. However, since they've barely started on construction, they've really only done markers out and they barely have started anything else besides closing the special effects show and animal actors. I think that it's much more likely that it's going to open in 2025 instead of 2024. However, this is still super exciting. I am crazy excited to have a brand new roller coaster at Universal Studios Hollywood. It has been so long since we've gotten a new roller coaster, and Universal still really needs that big, major outdoor thrill coaster, and that is going to be exactly this. So I'm super excited for this. But like I said, if you want more information on it, check out all of our other videos on the channel about Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. It looks super cool. Additionally, in 2025, I think this is the year that we are going to see Fast and Furious Supercharged on the studio tour close permanently because there will be no need for Fast and Furious segment on the studio tour, especially if we are getting a brand new roller coaster themed to Fast and the Furious. Alright, next in 2026, following the giant expansion in 2025, I doubt we're really going to get much improvement to the park. I think they're going to take definitely a rest year here instead, maybe do some minor improvements, but I definitely think the one thing they will do for sure is replace Fast and Furious Supercharged because, like I said, there'll be no reason for it on the studio tour after Hollywood Drift opens. But they'll definitely need to find some sort of replacement because otherwise it's just going to be a dead scene where there's nothing happening because it's a little bit of a stretch from that last scene to where you have to unload the vehicles. So I think they'll definitely replace it with something else. But yeah, other than that, I would not expect to see many other improvements to the park or expansions in 2026. However, in 2027, I think that we are going to get a brand new retheme for all of the Simpsons land. Because it will have been a few years now since it had closed and the ride had closed, I think we're going to get a brand new Universal Classic Monsters land. Similar to what is going to Epic Universe in Orlando, I think we're going to get something very similar to that here in Hollywood. I think that replacing the Simpsons ride with some Universal Classic Monsters ride, definitely not the same ride system, because I think Universal is very much so done with those screen-based rides, but maybe something similar to what's coming to Epic Universe, the Universal Monsters ride that is coming there. I think we're going to get something very similar to that here. Or another really cool idea for something we could get is like a Creature from the Black Lagoon boat ride. We don't have really that many water rides besides Jurassic World here at Universal, so that could be a really cool idea also. But I think just the whole land in general is going to be rethemed to classic monsters. That's my best bet right now. It's possible it could be themed to Fast and Furious as well, but I think that classic monsters would be a much better idea, and I think that it would definitely fit with the rest of the park a lot better. And then also in 2027, I think that they're going to finally announce the closure of the Mummy roller coaster down in the lower lot. I think this will be a long time coming at this point. They already do not list it in any of the themed lands on their website currently, so I feel like they definitely have plans to remove it right now. It really doesn't fit with any of the lands, but my guess is that they're going to announce to remove it in 2027 along with the Universal Monsters Land opening. But moving on to our last year that we have to cover right now, and that is 2028. And I think that they're going to retheme the Mummy to a Jurassic World roller coaster to fit more cohesively with the rest of the lower lot. I think this would be a great idea because then you would have a Jurassic World section of the lower lot entirely with two rides. And I think it would just definitely be really easy for the park to retheme the roller coaster to Jurassic World because that way they don't have to build an entirely new ride. But I think it could be really, really cool if they do some really intense theming, some like cool animatronics in there as well. I think it could be a really great ride. And I think the Mummy will definitely be very outdated at that point. Maybe it will get some sort of refurbishment also to the track so it's smoother and runs better. But yeah, I think overall, I think that's what's going to be happening in 2028. And I think it'll definitely be a really great expansion. But that's going to do it for all 5 of our years. Let's go over really quickly what each of the years are going to be. Like we said, in 2024, there's going to be some minor improvements. The Simpsons Land will close and a possible meet and greet replacement for the old Walking Dead attraction. In 2025, we'll have Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift opening and Fast and Furious Supercharged closing on the studio tour. In 2026, we'll have nothing major happening except for minor improvements and a new addition to the studio tour to replace in Fast and Furious. In 2027, we'll have a Universal Monsters Land opening in the old Simpsons Land spot with a brand new dark ride, possibly a boat ride or another ride similar to what's coming to Epic Universe. And then in 2028, we'll have a retheme of the Mummy to a Jurassic World theme to fit more cohesively with the rest of the land. But that is going to do it for all of our predictions for what's coming to Universal Studios Hollywood in the next 5 years. I want you to comment down below what you think is going to be coming to the parks in the next few years because it's definitely much more up in the air than it seems. I think that there's a really bright future ahead for Universal, especially because the 2028 Summer Olympics are going to be hosted in Los Angeles, and they're hosted by NBC, which owns Universal, which means they're going to be promoting their Hollywood park a ton, so I think they're going to put a ton of investment into the park. But like I said, comment down below what you think is coming to the parks. Comment if you think that I'm right or wrong about any of these opinions. But yeah, thank you so much for watching World of Immersion today, and we'll catch you in the next video.